Dear team, thanks for joining for this tutorial. As all of us, we need to start giving our classes using WebEx. So I will share here with you the few steps how we can use WebEx to have a successful class. First, I think all of us already get our username and password, how we can sign in to the WebEx. So the first step we need to do is to schedule our classes as being advised in the user guide. You need to schedule the classes at least 1 day earlier. So to schedule the class, you need to go to the meetings, webex.com. Please use this link to schedule the classes. As I mentioned, meetings.webex.com. Some of you will go to like webex.com and choose a meeting. Some will success to sign in. Some they will get a message that you cannot sign in as your username password is wrong. So kindly use this link. It will be easier for you and for sure you can sign in. So you will get this screen. We can sign in. You can use your username password as you decide, as you sign in before, as you sign up before. Press login. Here it will be your screen, or what we call it, your personal room. First, you need to learn how to schedule a meeting. We press schedule. We need to put the meeting topic, let's say the class name, the top subject name, or whatever it is. We can call it like demo 1. Meeting password, you don't need to change. You need to put the date and time. The date and time, you can choose what date, what time. If we will do it now, you will find we have start button. But when we change that, let's say after like another 1 hour, you will find here it become schedule button. So I will do it like I will set it 11 p.m. Here you can choose AM or PM, the duration, and you put done. Then you don't need to modify any another specifications or preferences. You can press schedule. Here you will see the meeting already show up in the meeting tab like this, has the title, is hosted by whom, and the time and the date and all the details. When you press on the meeting, here directly you will see the meeting information, okay? And here you can get the link for the meeting, here the meeting number, here the password and the host key. What you need to share with the student, you need to share the meeting link. In case later, after your student get used to use the WebEx, you can share with them the meeting number and the password, okay? So let's say you are in the home tab. Here you are in the home tab, you see the meetings, but you don't know where I can get my meeting link. Just very easy, you press on the meeting, again, you will get the meeting information, okay? So as I mentioned, you need to share the meeting link. You just copy the link and share with the students or share with them the meeting number and password. It depends on you, whatever or both ways it will work. I will share now the meeting link with some participants to be helpful for us to see the second step. I will start the meeting now. You will see if you already download the WebEx software in your desktop, you will see that it's asking you to open through the WebEx meeting. You can say yes, and you will see the software is already open. Here you will see that your session, when it's supposed to start, and when you're starting, you will see here your photo. You will see here that already your mic is mute, your camera is already off. You can unmute yourself, you can open your camera in case you want to do that. Then you start meeting. I will keep my camera off for current time till we proceed, then I will open it when is needed. Here is your meeting session, and you will see that this is here you are the host. I'm just trying to wait some participants to join. Actually, I share with them the meeting number. Okay, now they're asking me for the password. I'll share it with them. Just please give me a second. As I mentioned, you can share the meeting link with the students. You can share the meeting number and the password. Also, you can delete the password. So like this, anyone has the meeting number can just access. Now we have like one participant already joined. Let's wait to have maybe another participant. Okay, here you see your screen is already open, and you will see that here the list of the participants. As you can see, here are your menus and here the function buttons. I'm trying to wait if we can get one extra participant, then we can explain more. I will explain a little bit about this window which you are seeing here. Here we have our participant, our beautiful staff Chong. And here you will see that she's already mute herself. You can unmute her in case is needed. And here we have the chat. You can chat directly with her, or when you press this one, you can change and chat with everyone. In case you want to send a private message to one of your participants, you can just press on the chat button next to their name. In case you want to chat with everyone, you can just press everyone and type, say like hi. Here, this message is showing to all participants. Let's talk a little bit about how we can do the presentation. First of all, you need to make sure that you already open your PowerPoint presentation behind to make sure you access it very fast. The students, they will keep joining during the first 5 or 10 minutes of the class. It's very normal. And each time any student join, you will hear some like noise. So it's very normal. You can make sure to mute all, like pressing in the participant and mute. We can make sure like mute on entry. You can unmute all because here all are mute. Like we have only one participant and she is mute. So in case unmute all, so she will be unmuted. Then you will mute all. Hi, John. How are you?
Nice. All right.
My voice is clear?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, thank you. I will mute you again to complete my presentation, okay?
All right.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So as I mentioned, here we can press in the participant. We can take this option, which is a mute on entry. Like this, we can make sure any participant, when they are joining, if they forgot to mute their mic, they can mute it. It will be muted in default. And we have other options, but let's proceed with our presentation. Other option also we need to consider, this button is recording in case you would like to record the class, okay? So you press recording, record meeting. Here it will open for you the place where you can save the recorded video, and it will show one red dot for the participant that this video is already under recording. One extra, here you can see this is most of the buttons which we need to use. Here is to mute your mic. When it's red, it means your mic is muted. When it's like this, it means your mic is active. Here we have your camera. When it's red, it means your video is not working. And here, when we press, you will see how my photo, it show up here. I will stop my video again. Let's see the rest of the buttons, then I'll come back to those two. Here is a list of participants. You can hide or show, like when it's black, it's already hidden. When you press which is blue, it's already showing. Here is that to hide or to show the chat. And here some other options, okay? Here to exit the meeting. Let's go back to those two buttons. We have this button, which is recording button. When you press, it will show you where you can save the video, and the video will be saved in the MP4 extension. And here the most important, sharing content. When we want to start our class and share the slides with our students to see what we are talking, we need to use this button. When we press and share content, it will show us our screen. When you press share, here if you notice, the meeting screen show like here, and now the students, they can see my screen. Let me ask Chung if she sees that. Chung? Okay, you see Chung how she texts me? Yes, I do. She see the meeting thing. Actually, she see my desktop or my background. So now let's open our slide. Let's, as example, we have this slide. Let me tell you some more information about what we are having here. Here is, we call it the meeting things or the meeting window. You can see like it's changing from time to time, depends on the participants. You can minimize it like this, and you can open. And here is your slides. You can open the slides and you can put under the slideshow. Here the students seeing your slides. You can go through the slides, you can talk, you can explain whatever it is. We have one function here, we call it annotate. Here is your screen as an example. As I explained, when you go up, you will see this is the functions for you. Here to stop sharing and go back. Here to pause the sharing or to pause the meeting, to mute yourself, to assign control for someone else. Here also we get someone now join the meeting. Here to press the record, to open your video, to see the participants menu, to see the chat menu. And we have here one option called annotate. Just in case you need to ask the students that you are focusing about specific point or you want to highlight something, you can use annotate. When we press this tool, you will see new menu opened here. You can either have, let's see what we have here. Here we have the allow annotation to allow people to do the annotation. Here we have, if you need to write the text, let's say, please focus on this point. Here also you can like draw some lines in case you need to draw like connections or something. Here if you need to draw arrows to explain something. Here in case you need to draw some shapes like square, oval, mark like yes, right or wrong. Or like let's say here to change the colors, like to draw or whatever. And here is the eraser. Okay, and here is to save. If let's say you draw something, so you need to save it as a photo to share it later with your students, so you can press this button. So as I mentioned, here we call it the annotation. How we can get it? This is our shared screen. We can go up, we will see this one, we can press annotate, then we will get this menu. It will be very helpful for us to choose whatever we like. If you need to put arrow, if you want to do text, if you want to put some lines, if do some other shapes as it's needed. Okay, so let's close this one. As I mentioned, your meeting window still is here. So here is your presentation. You are doing the presentation. Also, it's good to keep the chat here is open in case students they like to say anything. It's preferred to ask them to type their question in the chat box just to make sure that you keep an eye on it. Uh, like this, somehow you can finish your presentation and do whatever you explain. You want now to go back, or let's say stop sharing and go back for your meeting. So we can do like stop sharing and we go to our meeting window. Here we have like two participants, it's Dr. Haryani and Miss Chong. Thanks for joining today. So as you hear this like TikTok, it's the voice which you hear when someone newly joined. Most like this, you already somehow has all the details how to use the WebEx. As I mentioned in the chat box here, you can close like this or you open. You can write whatever you want for the participants. Press enter, you can send. Here you can hide or show the list of the participants. As I mentioned again, I will repeat here, you can share your screen and go for your presentation. Okay, here they're asking that they cannot see me. As I mentioned, my camera is off. You can open your camera. Most preferred is to keep your camera open entire the presentation, just for the students to feel that they are really having a real class and they are really seeing you as a lecturer. So it will be better for them to participate than just like having an audio. So I can say somehow we get all the things. Okay, there is one thing we need to remind all our staff, kindly do screenshot of the participants list just to take it as a proof of the attendance. Make sure to remind your students to sign in using their student ID because they will sign in as they will attend as a guest. They don't need to open a WebEx account, but they need to sign in. Their name should be their student ID. And that's all somehow. There is some like advices how you can keep the students engaged. Like you can each like 10 minutes you can ask them some question. You have to keep an eye on the chat box. You maybe end of the presentation you can share with them a link of like very like fast online quiz related to topics which you were talking about. Then you can make sure they were interacting and they were into the topic or into the session. Try to do your presentation or try to do your session very interactive to be very helpful for students. How to end the session, you can like ask the students to leave or by end of the session just after say thanks for joining and finish everything, you can just press this button end or leave meeting. So when you press this one end the meeting, it's better to press end the meeting, not leave the meeting, because when you leave the meeting you will give the control to someone else. Just be careful, you have to press end meeting. Save meetings file here just in case you shared some files. Let's say in your presentation you annotate something, you can save, but here I don't need to save anything. Just press end meeting.